Okay, so you lie on your back on the table. You have a wall on which you can place your hands on. You lower your hands until your arms are touching the bed or table. And so when you're pushing now into your arms, you're trying to think of you're doing like a handstand, and then you pull your ribs, that's it, down. And you maintain that position, and you're going to just go ahead now and take and let the legs both together go to one side. Okay. And you might have to walk your hands a little bit on the wall, but you want to be able to feel how you can push through the hands. So the palms, that's it, are trying to flatten. And again, the ribs are being pulled down, and you're just stretching, lengthening all these tissues from the shoulder through here, and you're pulling that in position versus letting it arch and roll up. Good, you're doing really good. Then you can walk your legs to the other direction. So always you have that feeling of you're pressing the hands. So you're fixing the upper body and you're turning the lower body all the way through the ribs, thoracic spine, into the shoulders. And you might adjust your hands on the wall sometimes so that you're always having a sense of you could push yourself. That's good. Now in this position, you're going to try to start to slide your body on the bed or table such that walk your left hand in a different position on the wall, probably towards the ceiling part a little bit. You know, so you're going to come, and now you're turning and you're trying to slide your bottom part of the body. So I'll put my hand under your rib cage, and you're going to try to slide this back. Let the head rest. This goes back and then forward. That's, you know, that translation movement that we do? That's the movement, but now try to organize that sense of sliding with the pushing of the hands. Okay. Good. And then relax.
So you go ahead and come into the frame. Your knees are bent. You're on a bed or floor surface that allows you to slide. Place the hands on the wall. Walk your hands down until your arms are coming into the surface. Then as you do your rotation, let's say we're going to work on this turning to this side, you'll come to a place of, all right, that's as far as your legs or hips move, and you're going to push so that you feel the action of pushing on the wall and the stabilizing of the rib cage. And then what we want to do is we want to start, I'm going to take my hands off the wall just to demonstrate. We want to start sliding the body like this on the surface that you're on.
The upper body?
Just like I did, exactly. The upper body, you're going to try to slide it in this fashion that we can do with our arms not on the wall, but we're going to actually fix the arms on the wall to get this long fascial tensions from the limbs into the trunk. So let's say we roll towards our right. You're going to reposition the hands slightly so that as you push, you can do just, and they're very small movements. So my bottom shoulder is sliding in both ways, a small amount, and I'm working my way with my hips, and you just have to play with it. My feet are purchased on the surface. I'm using my head sometimes, and I'm working my way around. So I'm always pushing though, I'm always extending. You're not to lift your hands off the wall like I'm doing. I'm just exaggerating the sense of you're pushing into the wall. And then you see small turnings of the trunk until you can come all the way around. And you do have to play a little bit. So there's small movements because it's a translation of the middle body. So it's just this, it's these kinds of things with this movement. This is much easier to do with the hips and not having the arms connected, but with the arms and hands connected as though you're doing a handstand. This becomes a really, really good activation of moving the middle body through the upper limbs. Okay, that's good.
So now you get in position, arms fixed, pull the ribs down, and then begin to turn the lower body. And then over time, you're going to work on turning the upper body, adjust your hands on the wall. You have to walk your hands. You'll figure it out. Because it has to be pressing the hands and arms into the wall to help turn you. It can't just be the turning from the hips. That's it. It's a bit of a struggle for a while. Yeah, and your job is to figure out where your hands need to be. Yeah, it should be exactly like this. Good. Breathing occasionally. That's it. Now that's the movement. Just there, that's sliding. That's really good. See, it's a small movement. And then start coming back to your original position. But come back through pushing of the arms into the wall, which then pushes your middle body. Now that's a rolling. Now try to slide on the table. In other words, yes, this way. Walk your hands and push your body. So, I mean to say, I'm going to slide my hand again underneath here. So you're going to need to figure out how to slide the body here. See now how that moved your hips a lot?
Right.
And that left the shoulders still way over here. So you're going to have to work your hands, maybe, in a different way. Yes, figure out where your hands need to be on the wall. Because you're, it's not a performance thing, really. It's just slowly getting to feel. Okay, now stop. Go back. Now this is very good. Now that's called rolling. Okay, release your hands. Bring them down like I did. All right. Now try to stay in the middle space that you're lying in and spin on the table to turn on your right side. You know what I mean by spin? Instead of, so if I just grabbed your arm and I did this to you.
That's a roll.
That's a roll.
Oh, I see what you mean, I think.
But I want you to be able to, yes, I want you to be able to do spin in one place as you turn, Oh. So do the rotation and do that movement of, yes. See how you started sliding now? Your middle spine, your chest.
Is this what you want?
Yes. And then try to figure out how to bring that back shoulder, the bottom shoulder, the right, slide it behind you. Yes. Good. Now these are these old lessons you used to do. So if you come back again, and slide that bottom shoulder out. Okay. Yes. Now see, now it's really easy to do the hips.
Yes.
and spin the hips, isn't it? So let's just do the hips then. So so your knees are bent, your feet are standing. So if you rolled, so this is just rolling of the body. And so what we actually want is for you to slide and turn. Slide and turn. Yes. And come back. Yes. So that's that feeling of the hips spinning. That's what we're calling spinning. Where the movement keeps the body in the same place on the surface that you're lying on. So in other words, you're not taking up more space because you'd roll off. Right. If you just did rolling, you kind of roll towards one edge of the table to the other. Spinning allows you to keep your weight in the center of the table. So that's spinning of the lower body. You've got to figure out how to do that with the upper body, with your arms. Difficult. It's really hard. It's a problem. Yes, that's it. That's it, sliding. There you go. Now notice that the head is coming up.
Oh, we don't want it to come up?
Well, first of all, notice that it's coming up. You know, because in other words, that when you lift the head up, it'll fix the head, neck, and upper back in one place. Okay, now you're doing a beautiful job. You know, larger movement. Now this is not the movement we want to practice.
All right.
This was just a lesson of that turn. And you see, that was really beautiful there, right there. That was that spinning again. Now we've got to figure out how to do it with the arms over the head. And that'll be a continued lesson.
Okay. We'll just try it anyway.
Try it anyway, okay.
I'm fixing my hips, right? My hips should not be moving.
No, they can move. They can move too.
Oh, they can slide too?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use them.
Oh.
So it's that bottom arm. There you go. Really nice. You don't have to go all the way. Relax the head though. Neck. There you go. And come back now. Use your hands. Use your hands to do as more of the movement than you're using your hips. That's what you want to be able to do. Okay. So that's walking with the head, right? And using the neck. And that's a good start. Later on, less of the head pressing into the table. I even will do that. You know, that's just natural. But you're trying to figure out where do the hands have to be in order to slide that body around. That's really good. Good. Come on back. Breathing now. Work on the breathing. Okay, now here you can see how much closer the hips are on the film. Later on you'll be able to see towards this side. And your arms, shoulders are way to the other side, over there.
Is that not good?
Well, it's just that the hips are so much easier to slide because, you know, you can use your feet, right? And sliding the shoulders and upper body with your arms in this position.
Fixed.
If you put them like that, you know, remember that lesson where you put them in that position?
Like this. And
you press down. Now go ahead and slide. You know, the one you can release, your right arm you can release. See, that's so much easier. See, that's a really easy way to get sliding done, right? I mean, that's beautiful. Because you're pressing into the table.
Right.
Same with the feet, pressing into the table. That unweights the hips, that unweights the shoulders. This is pressing into the wall above your head. And so there has to be a lot more middle body. Yes, that thing. That's it. In fact, see how much more available that is now?
Right.
Yeah. But we're going to do that sliding in a side bending direction with a turning and twisting and spinning. That's good enough.